Good afternoon. Well, after last week's September sunshine, it'll be a distant memory, unfortunately, when we look ahead to what's in store over the next few days. Yes, the week ahead, pretty unsettled. Some rain, some of it heavy. The winds will be a feature. Gales, that's going to blow plenty of leaves down off the tree, an autumnal flavour, but hopefully a little bit drier as we move towards the end of the week. Now, the story out there actually not too bad at the moment, considering that we are surrounded by areas of low pressure. But if we take a look at the satellite and the rain radar combined, you can see rain topping and tailing all points of the UK triangle. Showers up into the far north and west. We've got more persistent rain starting to show its hand in the extreme southeast. And this little fella here, well, that'll come into play later on tonight and into tomorrow. Sandwiched in between the two, though, actually some drier weather, some brighter spots and just a few isolated showers. But rain into the Isles of Scilly, clouding over for Cornwall and the winds starting to pick up. Temperatures sitting at around 17 to 18 degrees, pleasant enough. But it does look as though some of that rain across the Kent coast and up into Sussex could be pretty intense indeed. For the north of England, drier and brighter, perhaps some showers into Northern Ireland and southern Scotland for a time. But the north of Scotland, not a bad end to the day. Now, as we continue to move through this evening and overnight, that rain across the extreme southeast, that drifts off into the North Sea, and this area of low pressure really starts to come into play. The winds strengthening, gale force gusts on exposed coast, perhaps severe gales running up through the channel, a choppy old start across the seas there first thing. Not a cold start, 8 to 13 degrees. But we start off tomorrow then on a wet and windy note down into the southwest with a cluster of showers, possibly heavy with thunder, maybe even some hail drifting their way steadily northwards. Significant rain into the far north of Scotland too, but sandwiched in between for Northern Ireland, southern Scotland, northern England, perhaps here the best of the drier, brighter weather. But that low pressure still has to drift its way steadily east on Tuesday. A slow improvement. West is best perhaps on Tuesday with a scattering of showers. Temperatures pretty much where they should be at this time of year, 13 to 18 degrees. So an unsettled start. What's happening to the jet stream? Well, the jet stream is to the south of us, and you probably know now that when the jet stream is to the south of us, it drives in these areas of low pressure from the Atlantic and things are pretty unsettled. On top of that, we've got some tropical moisture from the remnants of Henri into these low pressure systems. That, coupled with the jet stream, just adding extra fuel to the fire, strengthening that low. So Tuesday night into Wednesday, there is the potential for some significant strong winds again, gales, severe gales, and some very heavy rain across England and Wales. Not quite as bad further north, something a little quieter. Now, of course, there's a level of uncertainty as to the timings and the positions of these low pressures. You'll need to keep watching the forecast, but on Thursday, that low still with us, still producing some pretty heavy, intense downpours across the eastern half of the UK. But finally, I can end on a glimmer of good news, hopefully, as that low moves out of the way, high pressure builds, and so fingers crossed, things may well start to quieten down as we move towards the end of the week. Just a few isolated showers on Friday, winds coming round to a northwesterly direction, so despite temperatures registering the same, something just a little bit fresher, but autumn has arrived, good and proper. Take care.